Hello all. This is going to be on one of Bobby Fischer's favorites, the Najdorf Sicilian. Let's start off. The first following moves are E4, C5, Knight F3, D6, D4, Pawn takes pawn, Knight takes pawn, Knight F6, and Knight C3. And here the Najdorf is A6. Okay, and this is Kasparov played this as well, and as one of their main openings is black. I'm going to go over some variations. Just the bishop G5, main line, old main line, bishop G5. That starts off with bishop G5 and E6, and here we go. F4 is the main move. Now if they play Queen F3, you can play H6, and when the bishop drops back, Knight BD7. And this is just following a game. And he's playing G5 now. So now to make way for Knight E5, here it comes. Okay. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back to after F4, the main move. Okay, bishop D7. This is the move recommended by the Nigel Davies video that I have, and it's not really it's not in the MCO, I don't believe, and that's all I really know about it. It seems to be kind of rare. I think Nigel Davies called it an old move, an old rare move or something like that. An old forgotten move or something. But anyways, so it seems pretty interesting. Let's look at some ideas here. If white tries to be aggressive and play E5, we can just take that pawn and play Queen C7. And if he takes the knight, then we just play Queen check, winning the bishop. Okay, and let's see. After E5. Pawn takes, Queen C7. If white tries to defend with Knight F3, then we can attack with Knight G4, Queen E2, Knight C6, and drops the bishop back, defending for a third time. And now we just bring our bishop out, attacking C3, Knight C3. And if white tries to attack our knight, then we can we got this move right here, Knight D4. Attacking the queen, and then if the knight takes back, then bishop takes c3, and we're going to win the rook. Okay. Okay. After Queen c7, another possibility is white can try to defend the pawn by playing Queen e2, and here we bring the bishop out again, and when the white drops it back. The threat was to play knight bishop takes c3. When white drops it back, then we can take, and then play knight d5, attacking the bishop, and then develop our last piece, knight c6, and we can castle queenside, and e5 may be weak, and this is a decent position for black, I guess. Okay, let's back up. Okay. So after bishop d7, the main move is going to be Queen f3. And just as a side note, if they play Queen d2, you can try to see if they'll fall for this trap by playing. Whenever they play the Queen to d2, it's always sensitive to Knight e4. So they need to watch out for that, because oftentimes, even though the bishop is on g5, you can play Knight e4 because it'll attack the queen. So you can play h6 here, and you need to play bishop takes f6, queen takes f6 when you have the bishop pair. But if they play bishop h4, then you can win a pawn by playing knight takes e4. Okay, let's back up and go to the main move. F4, bishop d7, and Queen f3. Okay. after queen f3, knight c6. This is a key move. Develops the last piece and puts pressure on d4 because the queen just left the d1 square and left the protection of the knight. So knight c6 puts pressure there. Queenside castles defends it, and now we have 4 moves: queen c7, queen b6, queen a5, or knight takes knight. Okay, well, let's go over queen c7. This is the move that I'll be playing mostly in my games because I feel it's the most flexible. It doesn't get in the way of b5, and it seems also the most solid and safe, as opposed to maybe queen a5, which still can be good. We'll go over these in the future videos. Okay, let's continue with this. Kind of lost my concentration of thought. Let me get back on top. Okay, after queen c7. Okay, we're after queen c7. The white can play bishop takes f6, trying to fracture our pawn center, and play f5, attacking e6. And now we have knight e5 attacking the queen, and a following variation can go like this. Okay, and here the queen defends e6. This is a move played by Najdorf himself in this variation. And he had pressure. Okay, let's back up. And after queen c7, you can also play knight takes c6, and here you want to take with the queen rather than the bishop or pawn. This is supposed to be better according to Nigel Davies. Puts pressure on e4, keeps the c file open, and amongst other things. Okay, so now bishop f6. Let's look at this. Fracturing the pawn center again, playing f5. Excuse me. Alright, bishop e7, just developing, and now if he tries to play g3 with the idea of bishop h3, we can castle queenside, and I don't have any more variations after this, and I guess that's gonna be okay for black. Okay. Alright, that's queen c7. Now let's look at knight takes knight. Alright, the rook takes, and we play bishop c6, pinning the e4 pawn to the queen. Okay, variation can go. Oh, you know what I didn't look at? Is in after castles and queen c7, bishop e2. After pawn takes and e5. Wait, no, not here. Yeah, bishop e2 here. Okay, after the queen takes back and bishop e2. Okay, just develop with bishop e7, and then if white tries to take control of the d file by doubling his rooks, we can just play b5, starting our counterplay. And if he pushes forward in the center, we can take and play this familiar move, knight d5, with this tactic. And this is a game that happened, and black equalized. Alright. Okay, so knight takes knight now. Bishop c6. Alright, now bishop c4. First let's look at bishop e2 rather, the more passive move. Then we have bishop e7 and rook d1, queen a5, developing the queen and to an active square. And here's a following variation. If he tries to win the pawn, rather, then we have bishop takes c3, and this endgame is going to be good for us. Although it does look, it's going to be good for us, but I mean the white still has some double rooks on the d file, so he's going to have some compensation. And even though there's double pawns on the c file. Okay, let's back up. Alright. Queen f3, knight c6, castles, and now we looked at knight takes knight. Alright, let's look at some more variations here. Alright, bishop c4 and bishop c4. Okay, we develop with bishop e7 again. Alright, doubling the rooks. Queen a5, the bishop drops back. Castles. Alright, g4, starting his attack on the king side. We started our counterattack with b5 and b4, developing our rook. And then we had, and in this game, black had this shot where he won the queen. Okay. Alright, now let's go over queen b6. Alright, queen b6 puts pressure on the knight, and if the knight drops back to b3, we can castle queenside. That's one idea. Queen b6 isn't played very often according to Nigel Davies. And another idea with queen b6 is that all I have? That's all I have. Okay, alright, let's go over queen a5, the last variation I have. Okay, bishop f6, trying to fracture the pawn center. We'll play him f5 again, this thematic move. We can take the knight and play queen e5, castle queenside, and then even play on the king side with h5, preparing bishop h6 check. Okay, and after queen a5, if g4, then one idea is to play h5 and then drop your queen back, take with the knight, drop the knight back. This is a sample game. Okay, pushing forward with f5, and here black had a shot with knight a2 check, and from this he should just drop his queen back to b7, and he can have counterattacking chances on the queen side. Okay, queen a5. Okay, and our last variation, if knight b3, then we can just drop back to c7. Alright, that's the Oldmainline bishop g5, and thanks for watching. I think I just made this for just for my own purposes, just to try to memorize the variation. I don't know if I'll post on YouTube. If I do, sorry for the bad quality, and also excuse my language. I'm not used to making videos. Hopefully in the future I'll become more smooth and talk more better. Thank you. Peace.